Meet Davis.
Hi.
Davis is from Pollock, South Dakota.
Yep.
We took Davis from Pollock to fish for pollock in Alaska.
Sure did.
The same wild-caught pollock in a McDonald's Filet-O-Fish sandwich.
Uh-huh.
There were boats, nets, waves.
And fish.
And some delicious Filet-O-Fish sandwiches. So you could say Davis is one lucky guy.
Good one.
Thanks, Davis.
Catch some pollock of your own with McDonald's Filet-O-Fish Fridays. Just $1.99 for a limited time. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or any combo meal.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, folks. Yes, believe it or not, I'm doing 2 shows in a row. And, I'm glad to have you here with us on a Sunday. Sunday, get my southern drawl out of the way there. Well, thanks for joining us. It's Danny Tisdale, and we're on a rare Sunday show on the Danny Tisdale Show. Brought to you by, of course, Harlem World Radio. And it is, I got my jacket on and my fur parka. It's 14 degrees, and I am freezing my off. But thank God I'm in the Harlem World offices, and it's not that cold. Well, as I said yesterday, and as I'll say until we get to November 8th, don't forget to vote. Vote for who you're going to vote for. Clear my throat. On November 20th. I almost made the Freudian slip and said 28th. On November 8th. November 8th is the day to vote. Don't forget to do it. Mark it in your calendar, on your phone, however you do it. Also, what's trending on the site, our HarlemWorldMag.com site? The New York City has created a new media program for film and TV for women of color. It's trending. If it fits your description, you should check it out on that link and see what's going on. We're going to start posting all the hot Luke Cage on Netflix happening in Harlem videos that we can. We just posted the video, and I hope I pronounced the guy's name right, Jadina, and it's the Last of the Chief. I love the song, and they kind of do these live taped remixes of popular songs that we're familiar with, and this is one of them. So great. I'm glad you're here to join us because we're going to talk about the eyebrow, both for men and women, mostly women, of course. And what's great is that we have Nicky Mayers, who's here, and she's a long-term partner of Harlem World Magazine. She is an entrepreneur, business and project management, wedding and beauty services and products. We have collaborated in the past on our fabulous non-stop trending wedding issue from back in the day. You might remember it. If you don't, go to the site, look for mag links, and you'll check it out. And this month of October, she's contributed 2 articles, and the article dealing with men and women taming their brows for fall, and of course the women's post is doing great. And hey, Nikki, she is here with us. How are you doing?
I am fine, thank you. How are you?
I am not too bad. It's a little cold out here, so I have my tea and talking to you. And we talked a little bit. I have these eyebrows that I get from my father. That Medusa had crazy snake hair on top of her head. My eyebrows turn into kind of this Medusa thing. But I don't want to start talking about guys. I want to start talking about really your demographic. Who are the people? Who are the demographic of the men and women that you work with? Is it mostly women, or are they professionals?
So I'll say that 99% of our clients at the Raw Lady are female. They range from the age as early as 11 and as young as 65. And it's because, with your eyebrows, you can transform. You can make a change. So they start at a very early age, although we encourage girls not to start too early. Plucking eyebrows and waxing eyebrows at a very early age can lead to no eyebrows as you get older. And a lot of us have learned that the hard way. We started too young.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. What's too young?
I will prefer to really not get someone until they're maybe 18. However, we will get the young stars and the young models, and they need to be a little. And so for the most part, I'll tweeze them as opposed to wax. Tweezing you can control and just plug what you really need to plug without overdoing it. So just keep it as simple as possible the younger they are. And, and as they get older, you can transition. An 11-year-old doesn't really need an arch, where an 18-year-old is at that point where they need to.
So is you know that I'm always freestyling a little bit, so this is going to be a question that I didn't give you a heads up on, but I know that, it comes with what you do. So what's the difference between using the tweezers and, what did you say? It was a waxing? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's the difference?
So primarily there are 3 different ways to remove hair. You can either wax, you can tweeze, or you can thread. With waxing and threading,
right,
removing hair, more than one hair at a time. Where with tweezing, the control is that you can pluck one hair at a time.
I see.
Essentially, the ultimate goal is provide the same. I feel that I have better control if I'm just tweezing. So if I'm arching, I'm going to tweeze. If I need to clean up, then I can thread or I can wax. But like I said, depending on the age, and if it's a guy, I try not to tweeze that much. I try not to wax, I'm sorry. I prefer to tweeze.
Because the waxing is so clean and guys don't really want it that clean, is that why? Or
yeah, it makes a guy look too neat.
Yeah,
you need it. I want to be manly, doesn't want it perfect. Do they have those guys that, prefer for you to wax because you get all the hair up in one quick swoop? Yes, but for the most part, then, I prefer to tweeze.
And waxing it is just like women who, and I probably imagine men too, who probably are models, who wax their legs. I'll put it that way. Is that
the process
same kind of technique?
Yeah, so the process is the same depending on the type of wax that you're using, whether you're using a hard wax or soft wax or you're using sugar. But ultimately, you spread wax, and you either pull it off if it's a hard wax, or you take it off with a strip if it's a soft wax. But the process is the same.
Mm-hmm. Now, I was wondering about frequency, and as I sent you that question and we talked about it a little bit, I realized that everybody's hair doesn't grow the same, so the frequency that somebody uses your services are going to be based on how fast or how slow their hair grows, correct or no?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the standard is 4 to 6 weeks, depending on, again, it depends on the technique that you're using. If you're tweezing and you're waxing, you're pulling the hair out from the root. So your hair is going to grow back based on the natural hair cycle, right? So it takes approximately, 4 to 6 weeks. And if you're waxing, we really need it closer to 6 weeks, only because we need the hair long enough for the wax to be able to adhere to and pick it up. Other than that, if you're tweezing, you can get away with 4 weeks. With guys, it's a little different because your hair grows faster, so you may need to go 2 weeks, and there are women that can go every 2 weeks, but the standard is between 4 to 6 weeks.
Is that right? Men's hair grows faster than women, and I imagine that's on their face as opposed to on the tip top.
Exactly. So you guys get that 5 o'clock window, even though you shave
right.
at 8, by 5 it starts to come back out. it's the same concept. It may grow a little slower, not in a one day, but within pretty much 3 days. If you had a unibrow and we waxed it off or we tweezed it off,
Ooh.
more than likely your hair go back out.
You know, unibrows really getting a bad reputation. I'm surprised there's not a support group for people who have unibrows, because nobody seems to like the unibrow, though I can understand that.
It's cute and it's sexy in a guy if he's young. Once you become an adult and you're no longer a teenager, it's not that cute anymore.
Yeah, and you start looking like a werewolf or something else. Nothing. I know we're probably going to have some listeners who have them, and they're going to email us and say, that wasn't right. So I'm just making a general observation, and let me say this so I can get in trouble. Some of my best friends have a unibrow. How's that? I know I'm being extremely politically incorrect, but hopefully they understand.
It's at the end of the day, it's a preference. If someone wants to keep the unibrow, it's more acceptable on a guy to have a unibrow than it is on a woman. Women tend to want it cleaned up. So that's kind of where it varies. Primarily people that have unibrows are guys. That's the majority.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I didn't even know that. So, talking about the unibrow got me all flustered here. So, do you decide, Nicky, on who gets the wax treatment, or the tweezers, or or what technique, or is that where your expertise kicks in?
Well, it depends. It's the preference, really. My preference first and foremost is to tweeze. However, I do provide customers with the option. I have the ability to do wax, tweeze, or thread, and I provide them with the option. If I'm waxing, I am going to tweeze because I will arch by tweezing. I just use the wax to clean up the hair. I don't believe that you can really control the wax in a way that you can get an arch perfectly without over-waxing or not taking off enough hair.
And if I heard you correctly, you said the arch is usually for women, correct? And why not for men? Even though I probably know why, but I'm just curious what your answer would be.
So for a guy that's a manly man that doesn't even want to go into a salon, does not even want you to wax his eyebrows, providing him with an arch is going to be a no-no. For the guy that, a GQ guy that's comfortable and will allow you to, because it's too much hair and he wants more of a clean shape, then it's a basic cleanup. For the most part, you don't really need to take off too much. It's rare that you really need to wax unless the hair's growing, down into the eye area. For the most part with guys, we comb, we trim the hair because the hair tends to grow a lot longer than women's hair. That's pretty much the bulk of what you do. We may clean up the unibrow if they're comfortable with it. But for the most part, we're really just cleaning it up so it's more of a straight, clean line over the eye area, and it just really opens up the eye. And that's the difference, right? When the lower the hair grows is the closer your eye will appear. By cleaning up, and what the arch does is opens up the eye. So the higher the arch, the wider your eye will appear. So that's where you need, from a woman's standpoint, make sure that you're arching, but you're arching within your bone structure and the angle of your eye and your facial features, because arching it too high, you have happy brows, and making it too low or too flat will make you look older.
And possibly mean, I guess. Because it sounds like a kind of the expression you have when you're very serious is that the brow kind of flattens out. It's amazing that I'm learning so much. I just never knew there was all this information about the brow. You can take the brow for granted here. Nikki, give me a second. I'm going to do a quick station ID and let our listeners know that they're listening to the Danny Tisdale Show on Harlem World Radio, and they can check us out on Facebook and Twitter at #HWMag, where they can stay connected with us, send us messages, talk to us more, or just follow us and talk to us less, and just look at what we're doing and talking about. So do that and stay connected with us as we return to Nicky Mayers, and she is owner of Brow Lady, and we call her the Brow Lady, and as she guides men and women on the road to looking fabulous for fall. Nicky, you still there?
Yes.
Okay, fabulous. So, I'm obviously coming from a point of not knowing a whole lot about brows and products and services and all those things, and you travel all over the United States doing what you do. Let's say that man or woman can't get in contact with you and they want your services. Are there any kind of not home remedies, but any kind of things that they can do at home until they see you to get their services? Are there some, I don't know if it's products or services, just to maintain their brows until they see you?
Yeah, we suggest, and I suggest customers not tweezing at home, because customers tend to get what we call tweezer happy, and they over tweeze and tend to make their brows.
Is that right?
So,
interesting.
The quickest thing to do is, natural brows are in. The fuzzy, the unperfect, the unkept brows is the new trend. If you want to make it look a little bit, kept, the fastest, the quickest, simplest way to do it is to use our most popular product, which is the brow gel. The brow gel comes in clear, which is a clear, simple mascara. You comb, and it sets, and it dries clearly, and it looks perfect. If you wanted to fill in your brows a little and give it a little bit more color, we have what we call our brow fix, which comes in different shades. We carry about 3 shades. And with that product...
Nikki, I hate to cut you off, but did you say brow stick like a stick, or brow fix like 4, 5, 6?
Fix like fixing something.
Oh, like it's broken, you fix it. Okay.
Yep, and the formula of that brow gel has microfibers in it. So in addition to adding color, it adds a little bit of texture without overdoing it, and the best part about it, it's waterproof. So you can just comb your hair with the brow gel or the brow fix and give it a little bit of shape without needing to tweeze or use that product as an in-between product. And it's great. It was made for girls, but it's perfect for guys.
So it's like a regular hair gel, only it's for your brows.
Yeah, similar to mascara. It's the consistency is a little bit more like mascara, so it will shape and tame, and can add color and definition depending on the one that you use. I mean, if you have gray hairs, perfect for the ones that have color. Just a little bit of that over your gray hairs, and they're all covered and all gone, and you look young again.
Gray hairs? Are you trying to say something? Did you see a recent photo of me or something? No, I'm just joking. Just kidding around. I know I got jokes. So really, not unless you've probably done this before, you're really not going to probably have any products at home that can help maintain your brow until they see you.
I
mean, you can't use Vaseline in place of the gel. or petroleum jelly?
Not necessarily, because the Vaseline is oily and, it's dusty out.
Right.
Dust would apply. The one quick trick I tend to tell customers is if you have a mascara wand or a spoolie brush, spray your hairspray on it and quickly comb if you're trying to tame. If your hair seems to be growing too quickly in between visits and you don't want to go into the salon that quickly, you can use a stencil, and we do have brow stencils, and I can customize your brow stencil to your shape. What you fill in your eyebrows with the brow stencil, and any hair that falls outside of the new shaded area is what you can tweak.
That makes a lot of sense, and that sounds like a great, helper in a tight predicament. But I've seen, and I guess I'll say mostly women, where it's just way too heavy, and they use it almost looks like a black marker. I'm of course exaggerating, but is it just one of those situations where some people are just hard to judge on when to stop, or am I missing something?
No, I think there are a couple of rules that
you've seen those women, right?
Oh yes, there's a couple of rules that we follow and some that we use incorrectly. The assumption that my eyebrow hair is black, so I need a black pencil, is what creates that charcoal look. We should use black as our eyebrows. It makes it too dark and it over pronunciates the brow. And if you didn't keep it in properly, it's overly dramatic. I like to say that your brows should not walk into the room ahead of you, and that's what very dark eyebrows would do. Just like, trends come up and go, and the new trend is to contour your eyebrows or highlight your eyebrows. Again, everything in moderation works. Contouring your eyebrows or highlighting your eyebrows is designed to emphasize the shape and used for cleanup. The white outline, the beige outline around the brows, overly dramatic. So is it good for stage makeup? Sure. Is it good for every day? Not necessarily.
Yeah, that's it's quite a balance when like you said, your eyebrows walk in before you do, and that almost seems like a golden rule in a lot of situations, is that you don't want anything walking in before you do. Not unless you've got a fabulous couture dress and you just want to make an entrance. But you do want to kind of moderate and probably get a second opinion. I would guess. Yeah, if you're. Do you do that, or do you go with what you know? When you're doing when you self-medicate with when you're doing your brows.
When you need to walk away from it and come back from it. You can change the shape of your brow with makeup. You can change your appearance and your facial expression with makeup. So if you feel like, it's an art, and some of us tend to spend a whole lot of time on it, and some of us have gotten it down to science where, 5 minutes and I'm done. For me, it's the mood. If I'm in a mood to wear makeup, sure, I'll contort and do all that. But if I'm not, we'll just use the brow gel and keep going. It's just about when enough is enough. And if you look overly done and over the top done, then that was not the intention. It's easier to just do some lipstick and not do the brow at all than to do the brow, because it definitely changes your expression. And some of us aren't really conscious or fully aware of what our brows do. The happy brow is cute. The grumpy brow is not so nice.
Yeah, no, definitely. And Nikki, we are already at our 5-minute 5 minutes left mark, and of course, I've got about 15,000 questions. So I'm just going to ask you the best of what we have and use the segue to do that. You've already talked about how one should maintain their brow. What if folks want to get in contact with you and ask you questions or follow your posts and what you do and when you come into New York and when you're doing this or when you're doing that? How can they stay in contact with you?
So I currently do Periscopes on Thursday at 7 where it's live and you can ask questions directly, and that's at 7 o'clock currently Mountain Time. Other than that, the handle for Twitter and Pinterest is TBL USA, along with Instagram. Facebook, it's The Brow Lady or Nadelka. You can reach me at either one of those. Or, the website is always there, and I can do free consultations. And the consultations don't need to be on the phone. We can do Skype consultations where I get a picture of you, I get to see what you look like, and I can guide you through. So you can reach me at the website at thebrowlady.com, or again, like I said, Facebook or Twitter at TBL USA.
Can you give your website URL one more time, Nikki?
It's brow, BROW, lady, LADY.com.
Now, as I always ask our folks that are on Harlem World Radio, on the Danny Tisdale Show, what is your favorite place in Harlem? When you go there and, when you're in Harlem and you have to get away, what's your favorite place in Harlem?
I don't get to thread my eyebrows very often since I'm in Arizona, but that's the one service that I definitely get when I'm in New York, and that's at Tammy's Eyebrow Spa. She's on Lenox Avenue. Very friendly. She's been there for a while now, and the service for eyebrows is amazing.
The name of the location again?
Tammy's Eyebrow Spa.
Oh, okay. And Nikki, we're down to our 1 minute, and I just want to make sure that our listeners know where to find you, to stay in contact with you. Can you give your URL one more time, just so that our listeners can contact you?
Yes, the URL is thebrowlady.com, and Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest and Periscope is TBL USA.
And folks, don't forget to go to, of course, Harlem World Mag and check out the articles that we've just posted this month in October from Nadelka, from Nikki. And yes, guys, something for you too. And of course, ladies, we definitely have something for you. And if my memory serves me correct, I think we have a couple of more articles coming up for November also, right, Nikki, to get to, our listeners, whether they're and readers, whether they're men or women, ready for the holidays? Yes, you do. So you'll have articles sometime this week, and we'll start incorporating a couple of tutorial videos so you get to see how to use each product that we have. We're really looking forward to it, Nikki, and it's great speaking to you. And as soon as I get off of this call, I am already, looking at my reflection of my brows in the computer screen. I'm going to check these things out and make sure that they're not reaching out to people. Thank you, Nikki, for being on the show, and look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks again. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Well, folks, another show with another great guest, and you are listening, of course, to the Danny Tisdale Show. And you're listening to Danny Tisdale on Harlem World Radio. Talk to you soon, and don't forget to check us out at harlemworldmag.com, and also to connect with us at HW Mag, both on Facebook and on Twitter. Talk to you soon. Have a great Sunday. Peace.
Meet Davis.
Hi.
Davis is from Pollock, South Dakota.
Yep.
We took Davis from Pollock to fish for pollock in Alaska.
Sure did.
The same wild-caught pollock in a McDonald's Filet-O-Fish sandwich.
Uh-huh.
There were boats, nets, waves,
And fish.
and some delicious Filet-O-Fish sandwiches. So you could say Davis is one paw lucky guy.
Good one.
Thanks, Davis.
Catch some pollock of your own with McDonald's Filet-O-Fish Fridays. Just $1.99 for a limited time. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or any combo meal.
Meet Davis.
Hi.
Davis is from Pollock, South Dakota.
Yep.
We took Davis from Pollock to fish for pollock in Alaska.
Sure did.
The same wild-caught pollock in a McDonald's Filet-O-Fish sandwich.
Uh-huh.
There were boats, nets, waves,
And fish.
and some delicious Filet-O-Fish sandwiches. So you could say Davis is one paw lucky guy.
Good one.
Thanks, Davis.
Catch some pollock of your own with McDonald's Filet-O-Fish Fridays. Just $1.99 for a limited time. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or any combo meal.